BPRL. As we welcome you in to the Irish Hills of Michigan for tonight's BPRL round number 3. As I thought I was actually on the air and I wasn't. I looked over and saw the stream went on. I'm like, what's the deal here? But we welcome you into the BPRL round number 3 of the playoffs here at Brooklyn, Michigan. It is the Wiseguy Iracing Graphics 200 here from the Michigan Speedway, as we welcome you in and get you ready for some fantastic racing, as practice is just about to end and qualifying about to begin. Again, apologies for that little bit of a rough start there on my end, but this is what happens when you kind of have to rush through things and so on and so forth. But it is going to be a fun night of racing here in the Irish Hills. I am the captain, Chris Scallis. We welcome you in. Again, tonight 8 cars will go for or not 8 cars. 8 cars will move on to the second round of these I'm getting all the sponsors mixed up here. The Wise Choice Contracting Clash Series. That is how this is all going to work out. Again, they're going to race for the pole here momentarily. As again, we welcome you in to the. Of course, I click on the wrong one. There it is. The Wiseguy Iracing Graphics 200 from Brooklyn, Michigan. The Michigan Speedway. It is race number 2. Or race number 3 of this first round of the playoffs. 4 minutes left in qualifying, but let's get you all set up for what is set to come here at the racetrack. I am the captain again. We welcome you in to this race. It is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to who moves on to the second round, because we have a battle on our hands. And let's focus on Andrew Mraz. He is in, of course, to the second round of the playoffs due to a win. And also, as I'm looking here real quickly, Andrew Moore, of course, Anthony Keys, Max Williams, Casey Duncan, Tyler Duvall, Jason Branch, Scott Wise, Jeremy Brooks, all those guys in the top 8. But let's look right here from 6th place down to 10th. There's 4 guys within 7 points of each other. And then let's throw Casey Barlow in there. He's only about 20 points out. Nicoletta's there. Gann, Stab, all those guys are within some 30 points of that final position. So we could see some interesting drama coming up here tonight on this track. So let's focus. We're going to focus mostly on that battle right there of guys going into this race this evening. So, again, definitely going to be a wild one to check out here on iRacing. So we appreciate you guys coming to join us and look forward to the fun. Let's take a look at the playoff team points, I should say. There's no playoffs involved here, but 4X is running away, 103 over Pie-Eyed. YJ in 3rd, Torque Wrench 4th, and McConey is 5th. But let's look at what happened in the race Friday night. Pie-Eyed had a big lead, and it all got shredded in one race as the 4X team went out and dominated and took the lead in the playoffs, or in the standings for the team. I promise I will get myself on track here very shortly. So, but it's been a long weekend, a quick weekend. As you might see up on the screen, there's a little bit of new graphics I've been working in here throughout the last couple of days, not to mention spending time with family and all that good stuff. So it's been a little bit crazy, not making excuses. We're still going to put on a good show here tonight at the virtual Michigan Speedway here on iRacing. So we appreciate everybody joining us. Thanks, Drift, and hello for watching me tonight, watching this broadcast and watching the race. And it should be a lot of fun again this evening. Let's go down to the track. Let's check out how qualifying is going right now for the field, as it looks like about 17 cars are in the race right now. As you see, there is the 31 Wiseguy iRacing Graphics car of Scott Wise on the track. He's one of 3 cars who have not qualified yet. And then, of course, in the league rules here, you do have to qualify to start the race, or else you have to start in the pits. Scott Wise right now up to the 7th position, about a 10th off right now as he works his way down the back straightaway here. Let's turn the auto onto the cars. There he goes down to turn number 3. About 190 or so miles an hour. You're pretty much wide open around this track as Andrew Moore jumps up to P2. And there he is coming across the start-finish line. He actually just did and stays in the P2 position. Scott Wise crossing the line. And he looks like will stay in the 7th position. Again, open setup cars in this race. And I'm looking at Kevin Bolkema. It looks like he's not going to take a lap here within the next 30 seconds here. So it looks like we're going to have Andrew Mraz on the pole tonight, thanks to our good friends and good partners, I should say, because they're fighting for us. They're family members, technically, of ours, as they're out there fighting for this great country, and it is the U.S. veterans. And the pole award going to go to Andrew Mraz. We're going to talk to him here real quickly before the grid happens here. So let's get the driver of the 4 up here with us as he joins us this evening. Andrew, congratulations on the pole. It looks like here, the U.S. Veterans Pole Award. You get it by 8/1000ths of a second. And we don't hear Andrew.
Hey.
There he is. Hey, Andrew. Got
Yeah.
the pole by
Hey, Chris.
8/1000ths of a second. You score the pole tonight. Congratulations.
Woo!
Well, what's
Thank
your thoughts on the race tonight?
Oh, I'm hoping this ends where I'm finished, so this will be perfect to get 2 of the 3 wins for the first section of the playoffs and give me more bonus points for the second stage. And looking forward to this race.
And obviously, your 4X team has been pretty dominant throughout this first round of the playoffs, and not to mention the regular season, too, as you guys got a pretty big team lead. Talk about how you guys compare setup-wise. Are you the one to beat? Is it going to be another car we might see a surprise out of, like maybe a Branch or another Casey Duncan win like Friday night?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what happens. I mean, anything can happen. Open setups, you can change a lot of things. You can change the tire pressures to make it better. You can change the tape, all that stuff. So throughout the race, you'll see people make changes, and hopefully they can make it up front. But I'm hoping to keep this Ford Mustang up front and get that checkered.
There you go. Congrats on the pole tonight, the U.S. Veterans Pole Award. It's another pole for you, I should say, and hopefully you can keep it up front there, and maybe we'll talk for a second time in Victory Lane in 3 weeks.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Andrew Moore, or Mraz there on the pole. I get him and Andrew Moore mixed up all the time because they always start up front, but that's not a complaint.
Right.
I won't complain about that. No problem, buddy. As Andrew goes down there to his spot. And let's take a look at the starting grid for the race. Again, brought to you by the U.S. Veterans and the Pole Award. Andrew Mraz, Andrew Moore, they'll have the front row. Anthony Hanley will start alongside Brad Davis. Tyler Duvall, Casey Duncan starting in row number 3. Scott Wise and Jeremy Kors, they'll take the 4th row. Row number 5 sees Jason Branch in Drift. Gladulich, it's Drift, a.k.a. Jacob, up there in the 10th position. 11th to 12th, John Finley, Jeremy Brooks, Max Williams, Braden Stabb. Anthony Key is going to start back in the 15th position. Not sure if he's having some kind of connection issues or whatnot, but I know he got in here late to the race. Corbin Simmons starting there in 16th. Lauren usually doesn't race, and she's not going to race tonight. And Kevin Bolkema did not take the grid also. So 16 cars, it looks like, will take the grid. Take a look at the weather tonight. Partly cloudy, 86 degrees ambient, 108 down on track. Relative humidity sitting at roughly 57%, so not too bad. Winds from the southwest at 14 miles per hour. Hello there, Patchy. Good to see you, buddy. As the cars are out on the grid. Whoops. It'll be 100 laps tonight, making up to 200 miles. All right. Hopefully everybody's ready to do some racing tonight. Should be a lot of fun. As I slowly get used to this new stuff on my screen. You know, you might notice at times I stall or stutter or whatever because, you know, I'm trying to multitask and learn everything new here. Kind of like you saw at the beginning of the broadcast and so on and so forth. But either way, it is going to be a fun race tonight here in the Irish Hills with the 550 package. Open setups. The draft is going to play a huge role with tire wear and so much more. And according to Drift, 28 laps of fuel. That is what we will see. 16 cars, 100 laps in the BPRL Wise Choice Contracting Clash Series. We set the grid of 8 after tonight. off the bat, it's Andrew Mraz going to slide up, and that outside line is going to get the momentum with Andrew Moore there on the high side. Brad Davis up to the third position there in at number 12. He's got Anthony Hanley, Tyler Duvall, your top five as they work their way down into turn 3. And off of turn number 4, it will be Andrew Moore leading lap 1. Mraz second. Brad Davis, Tyler Duvall, Casey Duncan, who won Friday night's truck race on fuel mileage. Now, Anthony Hanley's on pit road. Not sure if there's a penalty involved there or something. I'll have to check Discord or something to see if I get a message on this. But Anthony Hanley to pit road here. And not sure if this is a penalty. We're going to watch, see if he drives through, or looks like he's driving right through pit road here. So maybe a drive-through penalty of some sort for the 88. It's a tough break for him. And back here, Scott Wise off the pace. Not sure if he had to get out of the gas or something. I looked up and saw Scott just going backwards in that 31 car, and he falls all the way to the end of the field in the 15th position. And now another car heading for the infield. Corbin Simmons gets a little loose there. He's able to hold on to her. And again, to let these tires come back and let them get up the temp. And so on and so forth. You see Hanley up there staying ahead on the lead lap right now. So the first thing he is going to need is a yellow of some sort. Right on board with Andrew Mraz. You see him looking up ahead at his, I guess you call it a quasi-teammate maybe, in the 88 of Hanley. He's been in there hanging out with the guys in the channel, of course, of 4X, and I don't know if technically he's a new member yet or whatnot. I know there's been works and stuff like that, I believe. This is me editing on the air. How do you like that? Nothing like doing some... Oh, look out. Andrew almost caught the wall there. That could have been close as he catches the back bumper of the 88 car. That's what happens when you run out of time when you're trying to get everything set up. I'm not a pro at this. Back here, good little fight going on here between teammates as Anthony Key's already up to the 5th position. Obviously the biggest mover in the race from almost dead last on the field up to 5th there as you see Davis trying to hold off Keys. The 14 and the 12 battling for the 4th position here. And you see the 07 of Tyler Duvall taking the position away. Crossover by Keys. Almost gets crossed up doing it. Anthony Hanley giving room to all the guys. Let them go on by right now as he knows he's the only car lap down. So there's really nothing to worry about right now in this race. But we do have to be aware that there are stages in the race tonight. And, of course, those stages are lap 30 and lap 60, which will be just shy of, or I should say the pit stops will be happening just shy of those 30 laps. So Anthony Keys already up to the 4th position, doing a great job so far this evening. We right on board with the 14. You see him fighting the wheel. running behind the 07 of Davala there. Speeds of over or close to 200 miles an hour down into the turn, almost wide open through the corner. Got to be very careful, a little tight loose there. He got loose, getting too much wheel in that car. Got to be very careful of that. It will spin you around. You can see already time's going down about a second or so as he looks low on Davala, trying to get him a little loose, gets that seam, which kind of turned that car a little bit, as you saw. But already 9 laps in. Easy, guys. Brad Davis right there behind him. You see Casey Duncan, and there's the lap car of Anthony Hanley back there in the 16th position. Andrew Mraz with about a 4/10 of a second lead over Andrew Moore, who's got about a half second, actually a full second on Tyler Davala, who's got about a 10th or so on Davis, and that's the battle we're at right now on this screen. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Tell you what, Keys is getting very loose off the corner. I'm not sure if that's just product of the tightness in the car and it's getting too much grip on the front, or if he's just handling a loose condition coming off the corners. Got some more battling going on back here. See Jason Branch in the 22 car, the 08. That's Max Williams, Jeremy Coors. If you were watching the VOR IndyCar race last night, you might have noticed Max Williams, Tyler Davala amongst the names in that race. Not only those two, but Corbin Simmons tried to make the race. Unfortunately, he caught the wall a few extra times in qualifying and missed the field, actually. Oh, 97 catches the wall right on cue. As I say, somebody hits the wall. The McConey Setup Shop 97 car. Everybody's going to be okay, it looks like. Tyler Davala still in the 3rd position. Handling really starting to come into play now as we're about halfway into this fuel run. And again, we do have our cameras tonight still with our Track Cams 4 Gourmets. Of course, you can check them out online at trackcams22.com. They also have a Facebook page. And they have the information right there in the, I believe it's in the race info. If not, I'll get it over there in just a minute. As you see, a lot of transitions happening here with Captain TV, a lot of big things happening. We continue to grow and just continue to get better and better as a network of all my employees. Oh, wait, that's me. So what happens if I fire myself? I never thought about that. Anyways, we continue on. Let's hope that never happens. Here's Casey Duncan, the winner from Friday night. He's trailing the Brad Davis car. Following his teammate there, it's Anthony Keys in a 14, trying to figure out which line's going to move. Everybody kind of spread out a little bit. Just check out Scott Wise, who had an issue a few minutes ago at the first lap of the race. Kind of fell off. He is back up to the 10th position, but 7.5 seconds back now from the leader of this race. You know, that's a great question. I'd have to talk to HR. That's me too. Man, that could be an interesting conversation, huh? Might have to put Chris Lewis in the booth or something. Everybody kind of single file and spread out here as we're in the first 16 laps of this race. You get 30 laps into stage one. As Drift is actually on pit road, so Drift is splitting this race in half. Here comes the 14 on pit road. The right side tires going on to 15. Not a bad strategy here, actually, for the 50 as you think about it here. Go about halfway, and then you're going to make it to... Uh-oh. When you sit there for longer than the pit stop, I would tell you that's going to be... Oh, I thought it would be speeding on pit road, but 22 seconds, maybe a little bit of damage getting fixed. So he pulls away. Unfortunately, going to be a lap down now. Meanwhile, here's your top two as they have just nose to tail been drafting off each other. The two Andrews who have arguably been the two best cars in the field in the Clash Series this season. And as I've said before numerous times, our goal as a network here is to make this the most realistic network and coolest network, I guess. Is Mraz gets a little loose. That might cost him the lead. Here comes more. Mraz got tight off turn 2 and had to put too much wheel in it. You saw the back end kind of spin around a little bit. But lead change number 1 is going to be complete here. Andrew Moore going to the front in lap 19. The two Andrews still battle it out, but Mraz putting pressure on. And when will we start to see the pit stops here? I think everybody's just going to play the role of come at lap 28, and whoever comes out in the lead will be the winner of the stage, or there could be a yellow in the middle of that really could throw a wrench into it. Mraz going to dive back inside, almost some contact, some side draft. Down to turn 1. And Mraz going to get it. I think Andrew gave it back to him. So both of them got bonus points now for leading laps in this race. And looking back here, Duvall is still third. Anthony Keys putting pressure on as he's pushing to 12. But Brad Davis here also. And yes, tomorrow night, Patrick, you guys will have this stuff too. Every league is going to have a brand new graphics package. And this is all thanks to a new partnership that I can officially announce that starts up Tuesday night this week with Captain TV in the LSRL, which is going to run the Next Gen Cup Series cars Tuesday night. Looking forward to that pairing, and obviously a part of the partnership. Obviously a former broadcaster, a part of the channel then. A part of the league there, got offered a huge job, and a big congratulations to the guy, to the gentleman. And I won't release his name because I don't want to push any buttons in case somebody is secret or is not supposed to know or whatever. So that's his business. But that gentleman was kind enough to come talk to me and help me through this and learn a new program and get this all set up the way he used to run it. And obviously they said, hey, you can run this in all the leagues. I'm like, sweetness. So I'm always liking my new toys. I like new toys. It's been a little time consuming, and I know some people are like, you're all right, dude, you've been like tired this week. Yeah, this is part of it. Going to work for 8 to 10 hours a day and then coming here and working for about 3 or 4 hours and so on and so forth, it's been totally worth it. So cannot wait till I get it fully working and doing different things and stuff like that. The fourth place car, Brad Davison in 12, looking back at the 14 of Anthony Keys. Speeds of, like I said, about 190 down into these corners still with the worn out tires now that these guys have. Again, this is all part of the Wiseguy iRacing Graphics 200 as one car is coming to pit road. Let's cut to that car. And it is Jeremy Brooks going to be the first to pit road. Jeremy was running up in about the 8th or 9th position. We'll work with you, buddy. Jeremy Core is also on pit road. So the Jeremys both pitting here. Brooks is going to pull away. 14.5. Good stop for him. And right back there, you see off turn 4, that is Tyler Duvall coming to pit road. First of the leaders in, lap 26. Ooh, he did overshoot his pit stall, but threw it right in reverse immediately. And he's going to get 4 tires and fuel. But tonight we move 8 cars into the playoffs. We got a battle amongst almost 8 cars for 4 positions. As Duvall is 14.4 on pit road. His teammate Max Williams a 14.3. John Finley on pit road. Braden Stab on pit road, amongst others. And Duvall, the only one that was up there in that lead battle on pit road here. And here he pulls away. And gets off of, and there's the 14 car, Anthony Keys. He might be doing the whole drop down to tell you I'm pitting this time by. So we'll have to see what happens here, what the leaders are going to do. And here comes both of them. Both the Andrews coming to pit road. Let's see who else comes. Brad Davis, Anthony Keys coming to pit road. 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. You got to be very careful. So that hands Casey Duncan the lead right now, and he is the only one of now 5 cars that have not pitted. Now, I have an interesting situation that I've just come up with in my head here. That car flashing by the screen, that there is the 88 of Anthony Hanley. Now, if you were watching closely, he took a black flag penalty on lap 1 and had to go through pit road with a drive-through. Casey Duncan likely has to pit still. So as you're watching the 88, he's gaining positions. You see, just past Keys for position, and he's got a couple others up ahead here, Max Williams and stuff. I don't think he's going to get around. He can likely make it to the end of lap 30, especially running at pace speed there for another lap down pit road. And if he can, he's going to steal stage points away with the advantage of a penalty. And something has gone wrong with Andrew Mraz as he is just coming off pit road. I don't know if it was a speeding penalty or something, but Andrew Mraz is just exiting pit road. So that is going to hand the lead to Andrew Moore. I'm trying to check the timing here. Yeah, he's going to be a lap down when this is all over with here. But Duncan comes to pit road. And just wait for things to cycle around here as Andrew will hit lap 30 here. So next time by will be the end of stage number 1. as Brad Davis goes fastest on the board, 38.6. That's another cool feature we'll have for you. When you see the fastest lap of the race turned, you'll see it up there in the top right corner of the broadcast screen. So in a race that has gone clean and green, it'll be Andrew Moore coming off turn 4, and he will score his 3rd stage win of the season as he wins stage number 1 here at the Irish Hills of Michigan. And that also brought to you by Wiseguy Iracing Graphics. The stage winner to Andrew Moore. Tyler Duvall is 2nd. Brad Davis, Max Williams, Jeremy Brooks, your top 5. So it definitely got shaken up there like a game of Yahtzee because of those pit stops. All right, we're going to step away for a quick second and get you back to more racing as we complete stage number 1 as you're watching the Captain TV coverage of the Blown Piston Racing League.
There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
And back we are here at the virtual Michigan Speedway, the Irish Hills of Michigan. It is race number 2 of the Wise Choice Contracting Playoffs here in the Blown Piston Racing League. The Wiseguy Iracing Graphics 200 as we set the field for 8 that will go on for the playoffs. Coming up here in just a week as we start the second round at, wait for it, the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah, going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait for that. That will be next Sunday night here on Captain TV. So the best battle on the track right here. This is teammates Max Williams and Tyler Duvall working their way past Brad Davis. You see Jeremy Brooks, who was the first car to pit road, running up in the 5th position right now. These guys got a pretty big lead over Jason Branch, who is 7th with Casey Duncan, Scott Wise, and Drift. Yeah, there's some awesome paint schemes. I'm not sure who does like the YJ ones. That Eagle 1 obviously is a throwback to Mark Martin. Yeah, I know that Scott Wise does some schemes himself with the Wiseguy Iracing Graphics, as we talked about them being a sponsor and stuff. So Andrew Moore's got 4.1 seconds now over Tyler Duvall. Now let's check back here. Andrew Mraz is on the lead lap, but he is got a lot of work to do. He sits back here in the 14th position. The best thing that he knows is that he is in the second round automatically because he did win the first round at Dover. But he is going to need a caution if he's ever going to need a shot, get a shot to get back up there and fight for this win. Comes up on the back of his teammate Anthony Hanley, who made his pit stop while we were in commercial. So this is arguably here the best battle on the track right now. All right, with Jeremy Brooks, the 53 car. Jeremy 5th position right now, as I mentioned. And one car up in the fence. Who is that up there? Is that Davis? No, actually, it's the, it's a 57 of Braden Stab who is going a lap down. So Braden having his struggles tonight. You see Brad Davis going around Tyler Duvall up ahead there for the second position. Davis making the pass in that Eagle 1 Mustang. Sharp looking paint scheme right there also. The 03 of Davala, the 08 of Williams, 53 of Jeremy Brooks, and there's Anthony Keys. Anthony out here running some of the fastest laps on the track right now, 38.6 last time by. As I look around, not many people in the 38s. Davis won, just to name a few. But obviously Keys running some of the fastest laps out here in the race. See the line he's running. He's straddling that banking, which is an interesting move because as the car gets tighter, there's actually a banking change there. So it kind of unsettles the car, de-wedges it a little bit, and actually gets it to cut more in the corners. So that's how you're able to see Keys' car kind of turn a little bit more, but also kind of over-rotate at times. He had to probably fight the wheel, but it helps him actually be faster through the corners. It's a very, very tough spot to put you in. So the pack's starting to slowly get spread out here just a little bit. And he's now starting to look at Jeremy Brooks for the 5th position here as they are trying to track down those 3 cars up ahead. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Or, 2nd, 3rd, 4th right there in front of them. No caution so far this evening, which is awesome to see, as these Cup cars have always done a great job in the Clash Series. The drivers have raced hard all the time and really haven't seen too many bad races throughout the season. It's been fun to watch and great to see the strategies with the open setups and so on and so forth. Come back up here with Davala and Davis. Davala about 3/10 back. He's got teammate Max Williams there behind him. So with the pit stops happening between 25 and 50 or 30, we will see probably more pit stops here in the next 5 laps. But obviously there will be a little bit more after the pit stop to race for, as you'll have about 10 laps or so before we get to the end of stage number 2 in this race. You see the separation between Davala and Davis, but there's the teammates right here. As Keys, by the way, did get by Jeremy Brooks for 5th and 6th. See them right there in the background. But these two battling for the 3rd position. As they put a lap on Anthony Hanley right now. Jump to the back here because we actually have another fight on our hands back here with Drift and Corbin Simmons. The 10th and 11th positions up for grabs here. The 12th place car of Jeremy Coors, and Drift is going to come to pit road, lap 45. Got to slow her up. Locks it up. Jason Clark in the building, by the way. Four tires and fuel for the Chevrolet driver. And he will drive away. There's your leader, Andrew Moore. 4.7 second lead. Long time, first time. I don't have any kind of sounder or prize or anything for you. Sorry, buddy. So looking at lap times right now, you got Moore running 39 flats pretty much last time by. You got Davis at a 38.6, a 7 for Davala, a 9 for Max Williams, a 6 for Keys. So the whole top 5 has actually been faster than Moore. And I don't know if that's Moore burning up his tires or if that's Moore just maybe saving his tires just a little bit to go longer on the run. Let's see, this time by a 59, 40-59 for Andrew. Actually, most of them are kind of slower this time by. Davis a 7, Davala a 7-1, Williams a 57, a 66 for Keys. So now actually Moore is the faster one that time by. So maybe just a little hiccup on that last lap or something. So as you see, that 5.2 second lead just kind of stretching its way out. The question, who comes to pit road here and when? As we have some cars actually on pit road now. Scott Wise is on pit road. Jeremy Coors on pit road. You can see him over there on the right side of the screen as the leader goes by. So pit stop starting here at lap number 49. As he pulls away, Jeremy Coors also pulling away. And then back there, somebody else coming to pit road. That might be the 05. It is Corbin Simmons. Corbin coming off a top 3 finish Friday night. It was definitely the Cinderella story of the night. And I'm going to be honest, I was a part of me was kind of waiting to see if a caution would come out to give him a shot at winning this thing. He tried everything he could. We had one caution that came out, of course, a little later in the race, but there was still those few extra laps or whatever. And Corbin worked his strategy out and got himself up there in the top 3 when it was over with. But I was waiting to see the late caution that would give him the chance to win that race. But still definitely happy for him. He was, you could definitely hear the emotion in his voice when we talked to him, as he is worked hard trying to do it. He said Michigan's his favorite track, and he's showing it again tonight with a top 10 run in this field. So other cars on pit road. Casey Duncan, 4 in fuel, 15-1 for him. Jeremy Brooks, a 14-5. They're going to leave together. See if they argue here in the turn 1. This ought to be interesting. And, okay, there's Brooks. Gives Casey the spot. Teammates are in. Williams and Davala with Jason Branch now. Oh, Davala once again having trouble in his pit stall. I wonder how much of the IndyCar race last night he ran is playing a factor in that. Now Hanley's having fun on pit road. Who else is on pit road? John Finley. We haven't said his name all night in the 29 car. Braden Stab on pit road also. And first of the leaders, or one of the leaders, I should say, to pit road, Anthony Keys. So the 14 is in, and that is not the most orthodox way of entering your pit stall. 4 tires, fuel, and he pulls away. And here comes the leader, Andrew Moore. Andrew's been leading pretty much since the first pit stops there after a penalty for the 4 of Andrew Mraz. And Moore has inherited the lead since then, and now has pretty much led the rest of this race so far up to where we are now at lap 53, as we're 7 laps from the end of stage 2. So Max Williams is going to end up in P2 here after that pit stop. Let's see where he's going to be compared to Andrew Moore, as Andrew is just rolling out on the back straightaway. Here comes the 08 at full speed. Moore will keep the lead, but the question is going to be, how far will the distance be between 1 and 2? He is fully up to speed now, so about 3.5 seconds going to be the separation now. But arguably here is the best battle on the track. 4 cars under a blanket now after these pit stops have concluded. It is a fight for bonus points right here with Brooks, Branch, Casey Duncan, Anthony Keys. Trying to follow his teammate Branch through the pack here of cars. Oh, he's getting a little loose. Hold on there. That's that transition we talked about between the low part of the track and, of course, where the banking really kicks in at Michigan. Casey going to let his teammate go on by as he regroups himself after that whoops-a-daisies there in turn 3 and 4. Take a look at the race summary so far. You see the big number there in the middle. 0 cautions for 0 laps. Andrew Moore, your leader. 16 cars again started this race. All 16 still on the track. And the fastest lap tonight, Brad Davis, a 38.6. That was ran right after the first round of pit stops, if I remember correctly. That is where we sit right now, 56 laps in. So these guys battling out. Branch going down to try to draft with his teammate there. Keys in front of him as he tries to pull these guys along to get them up to potentially a 4th place battle with Davala. The problem is they're about 3 seconds up ahead, so it's going to take a lot of work to get to them. We're going to step away for a quick second. We'll come back. Or actually, no, we're going to wait till the end of the stage. For some reason, just had a mind blank. And this is... oh, I laugh at myself. Yeah, we're going to finish stage 2, and then we'll go to that second commercial. How's that? So note that commercial's coming in a few laps. But we got 3 laps to go at stage 2. Oh, boy. Telder, are you watching? Because I blame you. So it is Andrew, it is Max Williams, it is Brad Davis, your top 3. Tyler Davala 4th right now, as they are all separated out, 4.8 seconds. I showed you earlier the best battle. It's still going on right here. Now we got 3 4X cars all lined up as they have bypassed Jeremy Brooks and pulled away. As I mentioned, these guys are trying to draft up to Tyler Davala. And it's about 2.8, make that 2.9 seconds between Branch and Davala. Obviously, they'll have to pit again around lap number 75. And that'll get them to the finish of this race. You never want to miss that, right? He'll have his chance tomorrow night, I think. So final lap of stage number 2. And the Golf Racing Fuels number 77 going to come in, bring it into turn 3. And he is pretty much all set for the second round of the playoffs. As stage number 2 goes to Andrew Moore. He sweeps the stages. And of course, both the stages presented by Wiseguy Iracing Graphics. So congratulations to Andrew Moore. He's done this a few times this season, where he swept both stages and been the dominant car. See Darlington truck race, see the Kansas races where he won both races on fuel mileage, so on and so forth. So he looks like potentially being the guy to beat this evening. As I mentioned, we're going to step away, and we will come back. We'll get you the final 38 laps of this race here on Captain TV.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairground Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
As we welcome you back into the virtual Michigan Speedway here, Brooklyn, Michigan, the Irish Hills, and the Blown Piston Racing League, Wiseguy iRacing Graphics 200, all part of the first round of the playoffs with the Wiseguy iRacing Graphics 200, as I mentioned, in the Wise Choice Contracting Clash Series. Andrew Moore, of course, coming off the win at Martinsville last week in what was a wild Clash race. He was in to the second round already, but just adding to the tally, as I mentioned, and pretty much setting the stage for what could be a wild Final Four races that start up next week at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Talking about a track that's one way to start your playoff run that could be either in a good way or a bad way. Yeah, let's put them on the half mile at Bristol to start the second round. That is going to be a challenge in itself. Battle for second right here. Davis to the inside of Max Williams. Davis trying to slide up, not able to do so yet. As Davis going to take the spot away, so move Brad up to the second position at number 12. Let's check back here. Two teammates, as I mentioned, a 14 and 22, trying to draft off each other as they are slowly catching the 07 of Tyler Davala. That lead for them were about 2 seconds or so, a little over 2 seconds. It is now under a second. As you see, Davala falling back. And it just shows you, I think, the draft speed being so different here because of the 550 horsepower and the big old spoiler, I'll censor it, Junior's way, that he set on the back of those cars. And one thing I did not catch, Andrew Mraz is on pit road, and he is, I believe, towed it. So something has happened with the number 4. I didn't see exactly when it took place or what had happened, but he's been off the track now for some 10 laps. And now Andrew Moore is going to come to pit road. This is a little early, if you ask me. I think here, if they went 25, 25, 25 would be 75. So I'm not sure, but I'm not going to question. He knows what he's doing. I don't. But tires and fuel going on to 77. And he pulls away. Regular old stop of 14.9. That hands the lead to Brad Davis, who's got Max Williams on his tail end. And what becomes a battle for the lead now. Question is, when do these two come to pit road? A lot of them pitted about 17 to 18 laps ago. The first one to pit road should be Drift, and that should be here the next couple of laps. He said he can go 28 over here in race chat, so if that's the case, maybe the next 2 laps we will see the 15 on pit road for his final stop of the race. So as you see, Branch and Keys have caught Tyler Davala in the 07. So now the 22 and 14. They're trying to take advantage of these two cars as they continue to try to draft their way to the front. So let's look at our future week of racing here on Captain TV. It all starts tomorrow night. And I'm going to confirm that just to make sure. I've been so busy and all my dates are mixed up. I didn't realize today was August 8th. I thought it was like August 15th already or something like that. That just tells you, if somebody asked me what day it is right now, I'd probably have a number in it, like 10. Like, what day is it, or how many figures are holding up? Wednesday. I believe that tomorrow night is scheduled season 4. Patrick, if you're here, confirm that with me, because I'm looking on their Discord right now, and of course Lewis doesn't put the dates on there. So I believe it is tomorrow night that we'll be on the air for the TI Truck Series at Virtual Daytona for 60 laps of racing tomorrow night. And if so, you'll see us here at about 7:30 or so tomorrow evening. Then Tuesday night, well, it's going to be a little different than usual. Usually I cover the TI IndyCar Series. However, Chris Lewis thought he was going to be smart enough to ask a guy who has ran roughly 4 or 5 IndyCar league races and roughly, let's see, 10 to 15 IndyCar races total. Now, not saying I'm not experienced enough or whatever, but just throwing those numbers out there for you. Is going to make an attempt at the TI IndyCar Indianapolis 300-mile race? Me. So it's going to be a little different Tuesday night. I'll be running in that race, so I won't be exactly streaming in the race early hands. But then later on that night, the debut of the LSRL series here on Captain TV, Tuesday night, 9:30 will be their race, and I would suggest you come and join because it's going to have a big field of racers, and I will tell you this right now from what I've learned in researching this series, it'll be some fantastic racing and not a lot of cautions. Kind of like tonight. That'll be 9:30 Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Of course, Great Lakes Sim Racing. You'd be surprised, Mr. Clark. But, nope, we'll have the Great Lakes Sim Racing race Wednesday night. The finale from Virtual Chicagoland. And then Thursday night, nothing. Take the night off. Relax. So Casey Duncan, Jeremy Brooks, they're on pit road now. So is Scott Wise. So here we go. The final pit stop's happening. And again, I'm just very curious to see Andrew Moore's strategy here. I'm not going to question it, but I'm wondering if he can find a way to do what is going to look like 32 laps on a tank of fuel. And they pull away, so Andrew Moore, Andrew at a 14.9, but Duncan this time a 14.8, Brooks a 14.4, 14.7 for Drift earlier on his pit stop. As now a lot of the leaders are in, as Max Williams having issues on pit road. All right, maybe it's a YJ thing on pit road. That hands the lead to Tyler Duvall as he leads now by 19 seconds over Andrew Moore. And then once everybody comes to pit road here, gets their tires and fuel, which is now left to Tyler Duvall, it'll be left in the hands of Andrew Moore leading this race. There is Andrew right there in turn 3 and 4. So he's going to have a good sizable lead on everybody as he obviously took advantage of the newer tires. The question going to be, though, one, can he make it on fuel? But two, how much difference is there going to be on tires with the leaders? I mean, outside of the obvious roughly 7 laps or so, 7 or 8 laps, as Duvall is on pit road, it's actually going to make it 9 for him. And Duvall pulls away, 4 tires and fuel. Braden Stab on pit road also. He is the going to be the last car to come to pit road, it appears. So we cycle around now as Andrew Moore leads, and he's going to have 16 seconds over Brad Davis. But, as I said earlier, the tires are going to make the biggest difference, I think, here as we have 23 laps to go. That time by Andrew Moore, 39.8. Let's see what Davis runs on his first lap of fresh tires. And he's pretty much probably running Q speed right now. 39.1, so 7/10 right there. Max Williams crosses the line, 39.3, 39.2, threes. So basically, Andrew Moore is going to lose roughly 6 to 7/10 of a second every lap, which is going to make this close. I don't know how they do it, but somehow these two end up together. Branch and Anthony Keys continuing to draft their way up here through the field as they come up to the back of Max Williams now. Max had that bad stop in the 3rd position and now is under attack here from the 2 teammates. So again, next Friday nights, the Truck Series will open up their second round of the playoffs with their race at Bristol Motor Speedway 250 laps there. Friday night, you can catch us at 8:45 Eastern Time. And then Sunday night, it'll be these guys here, the Clash Series from Bristol. Branch getting a little loose on that change of banking. So Branch and Keys work it out to where somehow Jason still ends up front. I'm pretty sure these are teammates working with each other here. Not trying to pass each other, but more draft their way up to whoever they can get to with the amount of laps left. As you see, Davis has cut the lead down to 13 seconds. So let's see how Anthony, let's run with Andrew for a lap here. I'm going to kind of be quiet here for a second. I'm going to listen and see what you guys can hear and see how he is potentially saving fuel, if he is. I don't know if that's me or not, but I didn't hear any fuel save at all. I hear him just on the throttle pretty much the whole time. I mean, he kind of burped it a little bit 3 and 4, but I don't hear him lifting at all right now. 1 and 2 wide open. He got a little loose entering there. He's coming back to pit road right now, so obviously was not going to make it on fuel. Well, that answers our question here. So interesting turn of events here as here comes Moore back down pit road. Something had to have happened in that previous stint to where Moore had to pit early. I wonder if something didn't top off his fuel all the way, if he had some kind of glitch maybe in an app or something. I got to hear what happened here potentially, because this one's going to hurt as he's going to drive away. Let's see where he ends up in the field here and how far back, and can he make up this much time. But that hands the lead to Brad Davis, who's looking for his first career series win tonight. And he's got Corbin Simmons right there in front of him now. Andrew Moore comes out 22 seconds back in the 9th position. Here he is in turn 3 right now. But he's got the freshest tires of the group. And here's your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Remember that draft we were talking about earlier? They've caught that pack of cars now. So we have teams working with each other here. So you got the YJ Esports guys and the 4X guys. Are they going to, here's that word, in old DWism, co-opetition with each other to get to the front? And look at this. So you see the YJ guys clear. So I'm going to be honest. I would not be surprised to see these 4 cars line up and go and see if they can go get Davis. Throw out the fishing reel. See if you can reel him in. We'll have to keep track of those times there. As you see Andrew on the left-hand side, about 23 seconds back now in the 77 car. But honestly, draft-wise, you would think they will be faster. Now, Brad does have some help right there in the 97, but he just came off pit road with some fresh tires there, so not going to get much help out of Jeremy Coors likely. He's got the 05 of Corbin Simmons, but But guess what? There's a trend here. The 05 right here is teammates to the guys in second and third. So you think he's going to help the guy up in front of him? Nope. Oh, now they're going to go ahead and get rid of Max Williams here, so maybe not so much of cooperation. .8 seconds right now, the separation. What has been a fantastic race. Great job by these guys. I know it's kind of a smaller field, but they've gone out here and raced hard. 88 straight green flag laps. And they have done fantastic with all their strategies and stuff. And who is going to be the one going to victory lane? We got a driver with, from the time I started broadcasting in this series, which was now over 2 seasons ago. So, Brad Davis, no career wins. Tyler Duvall, I know, has one. Jason Branch, I don't think has a win in this series. Anthony Keys has a couple. He has one this season. Max Williams, I don't believe, has a win in this series. So, yeah, this could be an interesting turn of events here happening in this race. So we'll track the lap times on their way by. As a matter of fact, I will flip over to last lap here. Over on the left side of the screen, you'll see where they crossed the line and how fast. So Brad a 44, Davala a 40, a 27 on Branch, a 32 on Keys, a 16 for Max Williams. So they were all faster, but I don't think fast enough in 10 laps to get to them. So Brad Davis definitely showing the speed he has in that 12 car tonight. Uh-oh. Is that me lagging out? All of them in the 5s that time by. So Davis is holding his own out there in the lead. So say what you will, Brad Davis is doing a great job out front. Check back on now the 9th place car of Andrew Moore. Andrew's actually lost pace to the leader. I'm interested to talk to him after the race and see what transpired. If something went wrong on a pit strategy or something went wrong maybe on a pit stop. But the man who won both stages had this race in the bag, it looked like, is not going to go to victory lane unless he gets a miracle. Eight laps to go. He's definitely pulling away now as Branch and Keys have actually gone by, or at least they're working to go by right now. Tyler Duvall for third, second and third. And Max Williams going to come with him as this fight continues on back here. So now the two 4X guys ahead of the two YJ Esport cars. Here comes the third YJ Esports car into the picture as they start to catch the lap car, Corbin Simmons, running in the 11th position right now. Of course, this is all 5 seconds ahead of Casey Duncan. who runs into 6th position after his win Friday night. They come off turn 4 and are going to make the pass. Now, Brad Davis is one of the cars in the chase, and as we said a little bit ago, Brad is actually out right now by 6 points. So you want to talk about a way to mix things up here. So let's sort this out here for you. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys the point standings as of right now, because I said earlier that we had, 8 drivers going for 4 positions in the field. Well, I'm going to throw this up really quickly on the grid as we come to 5 laps to go, and how close this really is. Look at this. Look down here. Casey Duncan, 11 points up. Tyler Duvall is 7 up. He's up here in 4th right now. Jason Branch is running 2nd right now. He's 1 point ahead of Scott Wise, who runs 8th. Jeremy Brooks is running 6th right now. You got Brad Davis, who is 4 laps from winning this. If this happens, he gets in, and it knocks both Scott and Jeremy Brooks out. And well, see, Barlow's not here tonight. Nicoletta's not here tonight. Gann's not here. So it's pretty much set that these from about 5th down to 10th is battling, and the guy that's last out of the 5 is about to win this race. This is really going to get interesting in the points right now. Four laps to go for Davis, who's about to win maybe the biggest race, if not his iRacing career, but of this in the BPRL career of his. 5.2 seconds as he drafts off to 57 of Braden Stab. Davis going to make the pass and do it very lightly as he takes it easy there on a 57. 2 laps to go. I mean, I'm trying to do math in my head here real quickly. Obviously, stage points and a whole bunch of other factors play a role, so this isn't going to be as easy for me to do math like I did on, what was it, Wednesday night? When I was doing the GSRL points in my head. This isn't so easy with stage points involved. As Davis comes off turn 4, and for some reason, something's going nuts, but white flag is out. Final lap for Brad. He is about to steal a spot into the top 8. As he comes off turn 2 down the back straightaway, and I think it arguably is going to be the biggest win of maybe his iRacing career. He's entered tonight 10th in points. He was 6 points back. 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s. Hasn't won a stage all season. He's been competitive, but tonight he's going to be more than competitive. He's going to victory lane in the Wiseguy iRacing Graphics 200 Michigan. Goes to Brad Davis. In the battle for second, it's going to go to Branch, Anthony Keys third, Williams and Davala, your top 5. Duncan 6th. Oh, this is going to be tight for that final spot in the points. Amos parks it right there at the bottom of the front straightaway. Not sure. I don't know Brad that well, so I don't know if we're going to get burnouts or if he's an old school guy. He might be letting cars come across the line. He does have a Mark Martin paint scheme on, which might say something because Mark Martin was not the biggest person of doing burnouts and stuff. He was always one that took care of the car, brought it straight to victory lane, very old school like, and I think that's what Brad's going to do is just park it right here at the start-finish line. So credit to him for that. As we take a look at the finishing order, of course I bring the results up, and he starts doing burnouts. All right, he's doing the tease on me here. Either that or he was looking for burnouts for dummies on in a library. And apparently somebody taught him real quick. Oh, and there goes the dynamite. He blew it up. Final results. Davis wins it by 5 seconds over Jason Branch. Anthony Keys finishing third. Max Williams fourth. Tyler Duvall, your top five. Casey Duncan sixth. Jeremy Brooks, Scott Wise, Andrew Moore, and Drift finishing in the top 10. So great run for him. 11th going to Corbin Simmons. Anthony Hanley 12th. Jeremy Kors 13th. Braden Stabb, John Finley. Andrew Mraz unfortunately finishes 16th, but he will move on to the second round with his win at Dover. And the other two drivers, Bolkema and Lauren, she's obviously the race control. She's the admin, so she did not race this evening. And let's go to victory lane and have a word with our driver who celebrates his, I believe it's going to be his first career league win. We'll get that confirmed here in a second. And let's talk to Brad,
I'm like
man.
you can't make it.
Congratulations on the win there, Brad. As we bring it down, I know you were in mid-conversation there. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries.
Congrats, man. I correct me if I'm wrong. First career series win?
Yes, sir.
Nice job, man. Congratulations. Well earned. I know the season's been ups and downs. You've had a couple good runs earlier in the season, I remember. And you've, I believe you missed a race even at times. But you've come out tonight. You were competitive the whole entire time and took advantage of, I'm guessing, with some kind of pit miscue or something with the 77. And you've just planted yourself into the second round with a win.
Hey, that's picked a good time to win my first one, didn't
Right?
I? It's I'm the kind of person I get enough points to hang right around that line, but if you can ever get a win, then that's pretty nice. I got to give a lot of credit to Scott Wise. He helped me with my setup tonight, so a lot of credit goes to him.
Well, talk about the racing out there, because obviously we saw 100 green flag laps there. No cautions at all tonight. Great racing, and you had to fight your way a little bit there, especially in the top five there early in that race.
Yeah, it's odd to go caution free. I mean, it was a little bit boring at times, but I'm good with boring. I felt like I got on and off pit road really, really well. I don't know how I was gaining so much, but it seemed like I gained 2 or 3 seconds on the rest of the guys every time we pitted. So I just kept hitting my marks and doing what I had to do.
Now I got to ask a kind of a weird question here a little bit. Your paint scheme, obviously, on the car is the Eagle One, which is a Mark Martin throwback, obviously, to I believe it was like the 2000 year, somewhere in that area. But Mark Martin had a lot of success at this track. Are you a big Mark Martin fan, or is it you love the paint scheme, or is it that's your actual sponsor? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, in the 90s, 90s and 2000s, I was a huge Mark Martin fan. Loved Mark Martin, cheered for him. I got into racing in 1992 big time, and Mark was kind of the guy that I gravitated to because I liked the grittiness of the guy. He was kind of a short fella, so I could relate a little bit to him.
No kinda.
Yeah, right. But I think if you can latch yourself to one driver, Mark Martin was a good one. There's no classier act than Mark Martin.
And he's still that way on Twitter and stuff. If you ever get a chance to follow Mark, I mean, he's got some funny stuff he puts out there. But definitely a classy guy. And like I said, he ran well, won plenty of Michigan races back in the day in that white, blue, and red Valvoline car. And you picked 1992, which some argue is still the greatest season of all time. So, but great job, man, tonight. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, just a big shout out to first and foremost, good Lord above. Without him, nothing's possible. Obviously, the big shout out to Scott Wise, like I said, for helping me. My mom, my kids that are watching, maybe watching, I don't know. They probably got better things to do. But shout out to Lauren and Scott for this great league, and for you for doing such a great job for us. Just a great night.
Absolutely, man. It is a great night. Congratulations on your win this evening. You're into the second round of the playoffs, so that is definitely great news for you. And go celebrate with you and your family and friends. And we will see you next week at, we'll just say enjoy your win this week.
Appreciate that. Have a good week,
Yeah,
Chris.
you too, bud. Brad Davis, your winner. I didn't want to tell him in advance it's Bristol, but he just heard me say that. All right, let's get Jason Branch in here, who finishes in the second position. Jason, another great run. It seems like lately that luck has been getting better and better for you. Looks like you're pretty much planted into the second round, which is awesome to see. Congratulations on that, and talk a little bit about your race.
Chris, I needed this. I came in 1 point to the good over Scott and Jeremy, and so I was keeping tabs on them. And I know Jeremy got me by about 4 points on stage 1. Stage 2, I got him by 3 points. So in my math, in my head, I was like, all right, going into the win, whoever finishes ahead is gonna be ahead between me and Jeremy. I know Scott kind of fell off, so I was kind of racing Jeremy, and then I didn't even factor in Brad. So I'm kind of glad I did finish second. Had a heck of a run. My teammate Anthony helped me out. He rode right there behind me, trying to get me max points, and we just couldn't catch Brad. But yeah, congratulations for Brad. Yeah, he squeaked in. If he wouldn't have won, I don't think he would have got in.
Yeah, it's definitely, well, it would have been close, but with the bonus points and stuff. But that's too much math. I did well in math in school, but I've forgotten how to do math now. But you still did a great job, and I gotta ask kind of an obvious question here. You guys got up there with the YJ guys and battled out 4 cars for second. Was there ever a thought that, you know what, maybe if we lined up, we could go get Brad?
I the way the YG guys were racing us, I don't think they would have lined up with us.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Anthony, we were looking, and I would try to stay in the same line as him. So if he needed to go around a car or they got a car underneath him, I would kind of stay high to give him a run. And we really didn't gain or lose anything on Brad. So we just kind of said, you know what, we're running out of laps. Let's try to just keep these guys behind us.
And you did. So great job. Second place run for you tonight. And on to the second round. More than likely, I'm not going to say official because I've been wrong so many times before. And I'm pretty sure you're in. But, a lot of pretty sures happen in life and never end up happening. But I did get the updated points. So as I continue to stall here for a second, I can tell you. Oh, you're the bubble boy. You made it in by 6 points.
I knew I was going to, with Brad winning, I knew I was going to be the bubble.
Oh, man. Well, great job there. You're into the second round. Congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I look at the number and I'm like, holy cow, what? Can't wait to show you guys this one when it's all over with. But definitely some tight battles out there in the points. There are going to be some upset drivers, but one who will not be is Jason Branch there in the 22 car. Anthony Key is going to join us now after finishing in the third position as he continues to rack up his top fives each and every race, and he still got the one win, so he doesn't have the what would it be, the Austin Dillon Xfinity strategy from a few years back where he didn't win a race but won the championship type thing. He's definitely going out there and earning the points each race that we run in. But Anthony, great job tonight, and what a race for you, finishing in the third position.
Yep, another third place. Not much has changed, I suppose.
We're older.
That's true. We are. We're moving along, but some things never change, even with time. Always second to third.
Yes, sir. Talk about the racing, though. You and you obviously were being a team player tonight, helping Branch out there. And I asked him this question too. I want to hear your opinion of it. Did you feel at any time you might be able to work with the YJ guys to single file out and go get the leader?
We could have worked with them, but we weren't really. The benefit to running in the pack was minimal. When Moore was out front, I remember I was catching the pack of, I don't remember who was in it, but I was in like 6th or 7th or something. And there was a pack of cars in between us and Moore. And they weren't catching them, but Moore was pulling away and I was catching them. And then when I joined the pack and we were trying to run down Davis on the next run, we were just either matching or losing time. So I don't think it's a matter of really like working with them so much as it just wasn't like, for whatever reason, the draft wasn't effective.
That's fair enough. And is this something I was watching the laps there as you guys were riding, and I'm like, all right, well, maybe they're catching, maybe they're not. And then you guys settled for what you did. But for you tonight, a little bit tougher challenge because you started tail end Charlie, got in kind of late. I'm assuming had some kind of issues or something before the race, maybe with your setup or whatever. But you got into the race late, started in the back, and you were up in the top 5 within like 2 corners.
Yeah, that was actually hilarious. I don't know why I found it so funny, but because I came in like 10 minutes to go in the practice in the middle of the drivers' meeting practically, and I just threw the setup that Miraz had on, and I figured I might as well make it really loose because why not? I'm basically already in the next round. So I do that. I throw 100% tape on it for qualifying, and I almost spin out like on the first corner. Yeah, so that didn't work at all. But when I dropped the tape down for the race, obviously I hadn't run any practice laps in that particular setup, and it just took off. Like I went to the wall and passed like 10 cars in a lap. It was insane. So yeah, it worked out. It ended up working out.
Well, still a great run for you tonight. You move on to the second round of the playoffs automatically in your case, and you did a great job, obviously, with that, and you've been Mr. Consistency all season. We talked about Mark Martin when we talked about Brad. You are Mark Martin, basically, Mr. Consistency all season long, and continues here tonight. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yep, for sure. Shout out to my parents watching in the other room over there. Shout out to my teammates at Forex. Jason owes me one, but...
Don't hold your breath on that one, by the way.
Actually,
you know Branch way too well. Don't hold your breath to that one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just glad he made it through the race without blowing a motor. Then again, I can't say the same for Miraz. So thank you to them. Thank you to our sponsors, iHeartRadio, Dean Blundell Podcast on the Cup Car. Thank you to you for putting on these great broadcasts. And the Wises for putting on a great league, as usual. We went caution-free tonight. So it was a bit of a smaller field, but 17-18. It actually is basically par for the course, so no cautions is always positive.
Yeah, when you get a track like Michigan, that is liable. I remember, actually, I think it was 1997, a cup race went caution-free here at Michigan. So, yeah, nice job tonight, man. Congratulations on that, and go celebrate with the team.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Andrew, it's Anthony Keys there, finishing in the third position. I about called him Andrew. That was not nice of me. Anyways, yeah, so just take it back to the past here a little bit, talking with Brad, and happy for him on winning this race, obviously. And thinking about, he mentioned that 1992 season. If you ever get a chance to, I'm going to throw this suggestion out there to you. There is, I forget the guy's name on YouTube, but he has arguably every season from now all the way down to the beginning of broadcast TV for NASCAR, like I think the 72, of course, the race from South Carolina here. I can't remember the track off the top of my head here, but it was the first televised race in history in South Carolina at the track that's right here, just down the road from me pretty much, a couple hours. And but all the way up to the 79 500, but then the 1992 season was actually, from what I've read, the first season where every race was aired live on TV flag to flag. Because from 91 previously, there were some races that they would do kind of a delayed broadcast, so there would be bits and pieces cut out and stuff like that. And if you have not had a chance, go find the YouTube channels. You can watch every single race in order from 1992, and you'll see why they call it the best season of all time in NASCAR history, arguably to this date still. So definitely want to throw that out there to you. All right, so the points are updated. Let's get them in, and we'll show you right now who is in and who is out of the playoffs here after tonight's Wiseguy iRacing Graphics 200 here from the virtual Michigan Speedway. And let's hope they cooperate with me this time. And, of course, they don't. Let's load them in. Stand by one quick second. Knowing me, I probably had them saved but didn't load them. This should be it right here. Hit the button. There it is. Andrew Moore, Andrew Mraz, Max Williams, Anthony Keys, Tyler Duvall, Brad Davis with his win, Casey Duncan, and Jason Branch going to be the 8 that raced for the championship, or for the Elite 8, I should say, going for the championship 4. Brooks misses out by 6. Scott Wise, who I kind of sent a comment to during the interview, him and I were talking a little bit about how he had that shot to win with that stolen stage win last week at Martinsville, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. And now here it is, the Martinsville spin out, as he's calling it, cost him a spot in the second round. So I know he's going to be disappointed by that. Stab, Barlow, Nicoletta, Finley, Gann, and Williams all out officially after tonight of the playoff run. Let's take a look at the team points, which I'm just going to go ahead and, well, who knows? I might get lucky here. Yeah, actually, I think they're right here on this one. I just checked the preview real quickly. 4X leads by 96 over Pie-Eyed Racing. YJ Motorsports, third in points now. Torqued Wrench moving up to fourth. And Maconey Racing fifth right now as we go into next week's race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And that is actually the updated points. I got them right. So, looky there. Good job, Chris. So that is going to do it here for tonight, though. Great job by the series, obviously, for a caution-free win race. Brad Davis, congratulations. First career win in the Irish Hills of Michigan, which, by the way, is Ford's backyard. Also the home state of Jack Roush, owner of Mark Martin's car back in the day. Of course, the sponsor on Brad Davis's car. There's a whole big old circle there I can create when it's over with. So congratulations to him, and great job by the field. Thanks to Lauren and Scott Wise for allowing me to be a part of the broadcast, all the sponsors. Real quickly before I do go, I do want to get a couple of sponsor mentions in. We did not have a caution tonight. Shout out to Superior Templating. They are the usual sponsors of the cautions, but unfortunately we're not needed tonight. And YJ Esports, the usual sponsors of the Lucky Dog Award tonight in the Cup Series, but guess what? They weren't needed either. And also the Speed Demon Award for the fastest lap of the race. That goes to, I'm looking right now for that lap. It looks like it was a 38.6 by Brad Davis, if I'm seeing that right. So congratulations to Brad on the Speed Demon Award, which is brought to you by New Age Limited. So there you go. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Enjoy your time off as school kids if you're still out. I know here they've gone back to school, but enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, as I said. And always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!
Strong.